just like to convene the startup New York board meeting today on Tuesday, July 1st. I think we will, we've got a set of applications that are out there. We posted them for 4 universities, University of Rochester, Buca College, Columbia, and Clarkson. Have all submitted startup New York plans to the Commissioner of Economic Development. We will be hearing from those later today, and I think as before we move forward, I think we have to get into sort of the official business of the day of advancing the minutes from our previous meeting. I'd like to take a motion from our board members.
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay.
Approved.
Approved. And as today we're here again, sort of joined by my colleagues here on the Startup New York board, Abe Lackman representing the New York State Senate, and Dr. Copley, Ed Copley representing the New York State Assembly. And at this time, we're going to turn it over to the staff at Empire State Development to provide us a presentation on the first plan today, which is Clarkson University's plan. And then open it up to the board members for questions and comments after the presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tricia Hartle, working for ESD. Today we're going to present the Clarkson University proposed designation plan. Clarkson University proposes to designate 28,000 square feet of vacant space under the Startup New York program in its downtown campus. That includes the Peyton Hall Incubator, that provides comprehensive business support services and an existing network of entrepreneurs. Clarkson University was founded in 1896. It is a nationally recognized research university producing remarkably effective engineers, scientists, health professionals, business people, and creative leaders. 1 in 5 alumni is already a CEO, president, or senior executive of a company or a business. The types of businesses Clarkson University will partner with in the Startup New York program are those primarily focused on high technology, including web development, nanoscience, materials, and sustainable technologies. Clarkson will also seek to leverage its environmental and energy expertise to support value-adding business models that take natural resources such as produce, farm products, and wood production for export. Through organized advisory councils and one-on-one relationships, Clarkson alumni play a key role in advising faculty and students about trends in the technology and innovation sectors, as well as providing mentorships to specific businesses that may need specialized attention. These relationships will benefit future tenants in the Startup New York program. From research to recruiting new talent, Clarkson University also has long-standing industry partnerships and experience in attracting them to new talent and product ideas, employee professional development, and commercialization opportunities, which adds a unique depth to businesses choosing to co-locate near the university. To date, there have been multiple inquiries from businesses that can accelerate their growth and speed to the marketplace by advancing research and innovation through the unique combination of qualities, programs, and services offered by Clarkson University. For example, a student-based hyper-efficient electric motor company founded by a doctoral student will move to the incubator, and gold-based ink manufacturer for the biomedical industry will locate to Peyton Hall Incubator from Arizona under the startup program. Clarkson University has provided an estimation of approximately 75 jobs in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay, thank you. Maybe turn it over to questions that folks. I've reviewed the plan, and we've been working with Clarkson for some time on the proposal. I know they had redistributed their plan to sort of make it focus on their sort of the old campus, which is in sort of downtown Potsdam, where they've got that existing incubator facility and a lot of their other sort of old campus facilities that they're trying to convert and create that sort of business incubator setting for a lot of the students that are sort of either moving off campus or looking to stay in the area after graduation.
I just have a comment, not a question. My hope would be that we'd be even more than 75 jobs. I think, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in a later application, but I think it's going to be relevant to everyone. that fundamentally, some of these, the universities with the capabilities, I think they can outperform their expectation. And I'll talk to a little bit about how you could do that and measure it and things like that. But I'm very excited about these opportunities in upstate New York.
Okay, and if there's no other questions or comments, we'll move the item to a vote. We have a motion.
I make a motion.
Second.
So, aye, voting. Aye.
Roll call vote then?
Yes.
All right. We'll now take a vote on Clarkson's plan by roll call. Mr. Kubelik?
Yes.
Mr. Lackman?
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy?
Yes.
By a vote of 3-0,
The vote is
Clarkson's plan is approved.
great. Thank you, Frank. And the next, we're going to hear Columbia University's plan, and Judy Toll with ESDC is going to be giving the presentation, and then same as with Clarkson, we'll open it up to questions from the board members and other comments, after the presentation. So thank you, Judy.
Columbia is applying for the designation of 5,132 square feet at 69 Charlton Street in Soho and 11,109 square feet located in the Mary Woodward Lasker Biomedical Research Building at 3960 Broadway in Washington Heights. Both spaces are considered on campus. Columbia University was founded in 1754. It's the oldest institution of higher learning in the state of New York and the 5th oldest in the United States. Throughout history, the study of sciences and liberal arts have flourished at the college. The Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science was established at Columbia in 1864. In the 40s, research into the atom by faculty members brought Columbia's Department of Physics to international prominence. In recent decades, the school has completed important new facilities, including the Audubon Biotechnology and Research Park. As New York City's only university-related research park, it is also contributing to the economic growth through the creation of private sector research collaborations and the generation of new biomedically related businesses. The university has identified high technology startups as their target business sector for the Startup New York program. Columbia is marketing the startup space to current students as well as recent alumni and faculty. The college will use their extensive contacts throughout the Columbia and New York City entrepreneurial ecosystem to spread the word about Columbia and New York State Startup Partnership. They are optimistic that these efforts will be fruitful given the fact that they have already had an exceedingly high amount of demand with little to no marketing. The Soho facility has the capacity to house up to 71 people, while the Broadway location can house almost twice as many as that. So Columbia foresees full occupancy at both locations, resulting in the creation of up to 150 jobs.
Any questions from?
How long is the current lease in the Soho between Columbia? Do you know?
I don't, I'm sorry, I believe that they have or just or are renegotiating it.
Okay. Okay, if you could find that out for me.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna vote for, yes, but I just
Yes,
curious
I will
about
let you know.
So this is a lease, the other property is property they own
On the
Ah.
campus.
on the campus.
Correct.
But this is a leased property.
Yeah,
okay.
I think close to the WeWorks
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just curious whether they have a long-term lease or not.
I apologize.
Yeah, it's all right.
But, sorry, that's a good catch.
Yeah.
Because we should probably think about, you'd want to have some time frame, right? I mean, rather, you don't want them to get started and then get squeezed.
That
I mean,
was my thought
that's-
process.
So maybe just,
Correct, but
Yeah.
jump into, I mean, on the startup, the board, the universities are allowed to, take space that they control, which is either owned or leased.
Right.
okay.
And, designate that as part of that. So, I think, both the university and I think ESDC wouldn't have, advanced the plan if there wasn't a sort of long-term plan for the space.
Space,
And,
that's my
correct.
question.
So,
Yeah.
so I think, it's going to be consistent with the criteria that we have and have developed. So, I think the space is going to be at least there for 10 years because we're going to allow that, those 5,000 square feet to have, the businesses in there. They're going to get the 10 years worth of benefits.
That was
Okay.
my question. As
Yeah.
long as
Yeah.
it's 10
Yeah, yeah.
years, I
Mhm.
just
Oh, yeah.
want to make certain that they already have ventured
it's a good
into a
catch.
long-term
Okay.
lease.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll get you that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. So hearing no other comments or questions, we'll move the Columbia University plan to the board.
I make the motion.
Motion.
Second.
Roll
Do this
call.
by roll call vote
Yeah.
again. Mr. Goodwin,
Yes.
Mr. Lack,
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yes.
By a vote of 3-0, the ayes have it, motion carries, and Columbia's plan is adopted.
Great. And our third plan is Keika College. We're going to go back to Judy, and she's going to provide us an overview of that college's plan up in Yates County. Thank you.
KUCA is applying for designation of 2,530 square feet of off-campus space in the Skinny Atlas building at 1 KUCA Business Park in Penn Yan, New York. KUCA was founded in 1890 and is located on KUCA Lake in Yates County in the Finger Lakes region. They offer both bachelor's degree completion and master's degree programs, and they also offer these through their Accelerated Study for Adults program, known as ASAP. They have international programs in China and Vietnam. KUCA is committed to experiential learning through its field period, that's a trademarked program that they have, a required internship program for home campus undergraduate students. The college has identified 6 business sectors as potential Startup New York partners. These sectors are software development, business analytics, healthcare, informatics and technology, agribusiness, environmental science and technology, and biomedical sciences. KUCA is working closely with the Finger Lakes Economic Development Council to market the startup program. The partnership between the FLEDC, with a proven record in bringing new businesses and jobs to Yates County, and KUCA College, with its faculty expertise and ability to train workers, will make for a successful tax-free area. The college is also marketing the program through its faculty members, both here and abroad, and its alumni. Faculty members well-versed in technology, healthcare, and business are working with new and existing companies, assisting them with their expertise in promoting the Startup New York program. Faculty at KUCA's partner universities in China and Vietnam are working to bring opportunities for international businesses to start up and locate in the Startup New York tax-free areas. The FLEDC and college have spoken with one international prospect thus far that would create 20 new jobs in the current TFA.
Thank you. Any questions from? Okay. And again, this is the business park is located within the mile of the campus.
Yes.
So I think barring no other questions, we'll make a motion to
Move it.
Second.
Thank you.
Again, proceed by roll call vote. Mr. Goodwin,
Yes.
Mr. Lack,
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Okay, this plan is
Great.
adopted.
And for our last plan of the day, University of Rochester's tax-free New York plan, we'll turn it back over to Tricia, who will give us an overview and open it up for questions after that. Thanks, Tricia.
The University of Rochester is proposing to designate just under 106,000 square feet of space, and that includes 48,030 square feet of space at High Tech Rochester Inc. and 57,164 square feet of space at Eastman Business Park. The University of Rochester was founded in 1850. Rochester faculty and alumni included, 8 Nobel Prize winners and 12 Pulitzer Prize winners. Rochester, along with its affiliated Strong Health System, is the largest employer in the greater Rochester area and the 6th largest employer in New York State. The University of Rochester is in a county that contains a city with a population of 100,000 without a university center. In addition, the Finger Lakes Regional Economic Development Council has identified the preservation and revitalization of Eastman Business Park as a high priority. Eastman Business Park has been defined as a critical asset in the regional plan to grow and attract companies. High Tech Rochester is the Finger Lakes' only state and federally designated business incubator with nationally recognized entrepreneurial programs. HTR is a NISTAR Regional Technology Development Center, a federal National Institute of Standards and Technology manufacturing extension partner, an innovation hotspot, and a NYSERDA proof of concept center for commercializing clean energy innovations. Eastman Business Park is a unique industrial park, formerly the Kodak Park, that has been the Finger Lakes regional top priority over the last 4 years. The university will seek companies in the areas of high technology and life sciences, bioengineering, biotechnology, manufacturing, information technology, chemical engineering, nanotechnology, optics and imaging, and the semiconductor industry. This will generate positive community and economic benefits through job creation, including opportunities for student internships and research collaborations. There have been multiple inquiries at the university from businesses regarding participation in the Startup New York program at these locations, and the university has identified almost 73 prospective businesses as potential startup partners.
Any questions from the,
I just wanted to, can I make a comment? Should we vote first?
I think you have to make your comment first.
Yeah. Maybe it's because it's close to my heart that I'm from Syracuse. And when I went to Rochester years ago with Frank,
Yeah.
one of my bosses when I worked at Ways and Means, I was just so impressed with Eastman Kodak, and then I started to learn more about Rochester from an economist's point of view, and inside of the machine and the creativity that's in Rochester. And then looking at the economy and how things went the wrong way for us for a long period of time. When I saw this proposal, I thought, this is it. This is the piece that could bring us back. It's got a lot of potential. And I can't probably ask it, but one of my thoughts would be, if we could measure some of this activity in a more detailed way. I mean, primarily what I've been interested in, and maybe we can do this with them, or we'll do it, we're working on a proposal, but fundamentally to measure the economic impact in a way that's different, so that we will basically be able to leave something to the next generation that shows success, value. That's okay. We're not always going to be successful, but in a detailed way. And in your school, it's large enough, the area is large enough, with all the pedigrees that you have, to put that together and to do that, and hopefully it can help the rest of the state longer term in showing areas of how we can go do it, and you become a model for them, because you're large enough to provide that, I think. But anyways, thank you for your application.
And, I think from us, the commitment to Eastman, from the state has been working with the folks from Kodak and folks from the Finger Lakes region on Eastman Business Park, and sort of trying to figure out what's next for them sort of post-Kodak. The state has made substantial commitments to, develop the infrastructure, making sure the site's cleaned up. So it's great that, we've been able to, through the startup program, establish this partnership between Eastman Business Park and the university. So it's an exciting project. And I think, Jennifer, maybe I could just ask you to explain, that because Rochester is unique in that it doesn't have a SUNY University Center, there's a special provision that sort of allows, that I wouldn't say preference, but sort of, recognizes that there are municipalities that have over 100,000 square feet of space that don't have a university center, and sort of what that enables them to do.
Right, under the state statute, there are provisions that allow the board to take into consideration those centers, city town villages with 100,000 or more without a university research center, and the idea being that a place like Rochester would get access to this program in this way. So from the looks of it, the Rochester plan looks to be suitable for this use.
So, questions. So is there a separate, I mean, there is a separate, can you talk to the land allocation or the space of, okay, so they don't have it, so they should have more opportunity, right? Could be a bigger platform. So is there a limitation in terms of this square footage or whatever?
There's no square footage, and I think that's us as sort of individual board members
So-
will.
Other than the 2.4 million.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it's
Under
part of the
the
aggregate
cap,
of the
2.4.
2.4. But the 2.4, is it 2.4 for under our purview, the startup board, or is it under startup?
Under the startup board.
Under
Startup board.
Startup board. So the 2.4 is under,
Private colleges are limited to 2.4
Four.
upstate.
Upstate.
The statute provides preference for universities with applications, awards in the city center with less than 100, with more than 100,000, without a SUNY anchor.
but I mean, for the record, there seems to be some confusion between startup board and startup New York, right? So the startup board is, if you could speak to what the startup board has oversight of?
Sure. So the statute allocates 3 million square feet statewide for private schools and certain cities and communities and community colleges. And then the way we look at the allocation because the downstate counties get 75,000 first. That just means 2.4 is reserved for upstate.
Okay.
That's the start statute. The board gets oversight over approval of the plans for the private colleges. And so ESD will monitor the square footage. That's sort of why the plans come through ESD, to make sure that we're keeping track
Yes.
of the square footage allocation. But ultimately, the board is going to make the decision on the plan that's before you.
That was one of the, I think going forward, it'd be helpful for me if you can give me a tally, how much has been brought
Spreadsheet.
down.
Yeah.
A running tally,
Yeah.
both upstate and downstate.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, great.
yeah.
Since we're all through that, I think we'll make a motion to close, close the floor for questions and make a motion to.
Move it.
Second.
Great.
All right, we'll proceed to one final roll call vote. Mr. Goodley?
Yes.
Mr. Lackman?
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy?
Yes.
By 3-0 vote, the ayes have it, the
Great.
motion carries and the plan is done.
Great, thank you. And I think that concludes all of our business before us today. I think we will, we're sort of hitting our stride. I guess we're in, now sort of into our every few weeks of meetings. So I think, we'll make a commitment to have another one sometime before the, the end of the summer.
Right. I will not be available early August, but I'll be available anytime after August 9th.
Great.
So,
And then,
you get a date.
Great.
We try to tentatively
Yeah.
into the last couple of weeks of August.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
I think before,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Before
Yeah.
Labor Day.
before
Yeah.
Labor Day, before
Yeah.
the end of the summer,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, be
And
great,
then-
just pick a date and then
Yeah.
let us
Start
know.
it
as
around.
we've been usually doing. So
Yeah,
I'll, and I guess since we have no other business, so I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.